Hello and welcome to the first episode of Game Boy Color Classics. The Game Boy Color was released in 1998 as the main successor to the Game Boy, which had proved to be one of the most successful platforms of all time. Between 1989 to 1997, the Game Boy had a library of over 700 titles, and it proved to be a success both with little kids and grown adults, with games like Tetris that widely appealed to just about anyone. Now, in 1995, or 1994 rather, Nintendo released the Super Game Boy for the Super Nintendo, a system that sort of added in a primitive, limited number of colors to original Game Boy games, and especially games that were programmed especially for the Super Game Boy would take advantage of this. The Game Boy Color was the next logical step forward, doubling the processor power from 4 MHz to 8 MHz, and changing a few of the other parameters in the system. The system now boasted basically the same capabilities as the NES, with the same color depth and sprite limits and all this stuff. It was also backwards compatible with all original Game Boy games, making it have an instant library of 700 games in addition to its launch library. This first episode I'm taking a look at a game that came out in 2000 and is one of my favorite games for the platform. This game is Warlocked. Warlocked is essentially just basically a clone of the great Warcraft. In fact, this is more similar to Warcraft 2 than it is the original Warcraft. You can choose between two factions, humans or beasts in this case, or otherwise orcs, or whatever you want to want. So let's play as a faction, and here we go. So you have a cursor, you move around, it's a real-time strategy game. Select a unit. There are voice samples, which is kind of neat. I found a gold mine. So you can select multiple units at once. I want them to go over here. Your basic goal in this game is to, create an army. If you've ever played Warcraft, you know what you're in store for. Can't build anything yet. So my main objective here is to build some farms and stuff. I gotta tell them to build a farm. Build a farm so I can produce more units. Produce a unit. It might look super primitive, but it has basically all of the elements you look for in a real-time strategy game. So I'm gonna send this guy out exploring. Sometimes out of the way there are hidden treasures. The scrolls are basically tutorial hints. Another farm. See what my objectives are. Build 3 farms, mine 500 gold, and gather 100 fuel. Okay. Alright. As soon as this is finished, mission is complete. Let's move on.
Ready. Okay. Okay. Okay, master. Okay, master. Okay, master. Ready. Ready. Okay, master. Okay, master. Okay, master.
This game has fantastic chiptunes, by the way. I love the music in this game. The name of the composer is escaping me at the moment, but he did work on the Commodore 64, and you can really tell because this is some great stuff. I'll add an annotation with his name right here.
Ready. Okay.
The AI is not terribly smart, as you might imagine for the Game Boy Color, but it's not terrible, awful either. What you got here is a really impressive game that I wish that some homebrew developer would make a game like this for the actual NES. Because I'd love to play this, you know, not just on the Game Boy Color here. I'd like an NES sort of clone, even though this is already a clone.
Okay, master.
So what I should do here is I should build
Okay, master.
a barracks, allow me to train some foot soldiers.
Ready. Okay. Okay, master. Okay, master. Okay. Okay, master. Okay, master. Okay. Okay. Ready. Ready.
Well, might as well mine gold, because there's no more trees. So let's assemble a small army here,
Master. Okay, master.
and send the 3 of them to go, let's see. Who should they attack? This guy. By attack, they just poke it with a stick. Go rescue the wizard. Bomb whiz. The wizards in this game are all random. Let's go see. Go use your spell. This wizard turns enemies into bombs. What an idiot. Well, that's basically just a quick glimpse of this game. Now these are archers, and as the game goes on, it gets a little bit more complicated than this. Archers have half the health that soldiers do, but they can attack from a range. Your base can also automatically attack, making it handy. Well, that's basically it. So thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.